the great orators of history. In 3 minutes, in his Gettysburg Address, Abraham Lincoln unified a nation, inspired freedom and equality, and set a keystone in history. 1 century later, with a single phrase, "I have a dream," Martin Luther King rallied his listeners, stoked the flames of the fight for justice, and created a pivotal point in the struggle for equal rights for people of all races. 56 years later, at the age of 16, Greta Thunberg stood face-to-face with world leaders and openly accused them of destroying the future. Bravery, powerful words, and inspirational ideas unite the greatest speakers in history. Their speeches pave their futures and write our past. And it's true that their exceptional oral abilities played a crucial role in the turns and bends they made in the river of history. But not all of us can rally a nation in 3 minutes. Not all of us can change history with 4 words. And not all of us can threaten the world's leaders as a high school student. But what all of us can do is speak up. No matter if you don't have the ingenuity of Abraham Lincoln, the inspirational words of Martin Luther King Jr., or the bravery of Greta Thunberg. No matter if you're not famous, or if you can't talk to an entire nation at once. No matter if you don't have a copy of your speech in front of you. We have our own words, of our own languages, from our own minds. We have an audience in our family members, our peers, our friends. We have the power to say what we want, to give voice to our thoughts. The words I say right now are straight out of the books I've read, the vocabulary lists I'm given at school, and the conversations I hear around me. They're not fancy. The literary devices in my speech are from my memory of English classes on metaphors and repetition. They're not out of your reach either. I'm using the words I already have to ask you to speak up with the words you already have. You don't need fancy words or formal speech. You don't need a big audience. Take your own words and say them to someone. Stop the bully at your school. Stop the people who try and take advantage of you. We're not replicas of Martin Luther King Jr., but we have our hands on history too. Our influence might not stretch to the entire nation or to the entire world, but every person you reach with your words is one more person who might understand you, who might join you in what you have to say. Your words matter to someone around you. I'm willing to speak up and tell others what I think. And I'm asking you to do the same, because while we might not be able to inspire the whole world, a single person who might listen to you is still a person in history. So if history is a river whose turns are shaped by great orators, I say, let's throw a stone in it. Greta Thunberg might be carving out a new path for history, but we can still leave our own mark. So speak up. Throw your own stone into the river, and your ripple might stretch farther than you thought it would go. Thank you.